A new Bitcoin ETF has been approved, and this one is big. A whole new class of investors is about to get access to Bitcoin via the traditional market. The price of Bitcoin in 2021, it's going to go insane. The on-ramps for Bitcoin, really the entire crypto market overall, continue to expand exponentially, meaning that the amount of money that can come into the market is expanding exponentially. I also have some big Ethereum news for you, some cool Litecoin updates, and a hot new low cap altcoin to put on your radar. So make sure to stick around until the end of this video. My name's Lark, and every day I make videos to help you make money investing. So if that is what you want to do, make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date, and of course click on that bell so you get a notification when I put out a new video. And if you want to get exclusive insights like the best upcoming token sales, deep dive altcoin reports, DeFi tutorials, and much, much more, then you should absolutely subscribe to my weekly investor report called Wealth Mastery. It comes out every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. For less than $10 a week, you will get the insights that you need to get an edge on the market and to stay ahead of the curve. Click on the link down below in the description to learn more about becoming a member today. So let's just get straight into the big news. An American Bitcoin ETF has been approved. Big news here. But it's not in the United States of America, not even in North America. Brazil has approved a Bitcoin ETF, making it the first country in South America to get a Bitcoin ETF, the second country in the Americas to approve a Bitcoin ETF as well. So it's still an American Bitcoin ETF, just not the United States of American Bitcoin ETF. Still massive news because obviously Brazil is massive. It's the 9th biggest economy in the world, and it's an economy with a strong demand for Bitcoin products, but with a big underrepresentation of Bitcoin options compared to the size of the economy. Now, an ETF for Bitcoin, in case you're not familiar, it's a stock exchange traded product backed 1-for-1 by Bitcoin, allowing more investors to actually be able to come in, buy some Bitcoin, and get exposure to Bitcoin. Right? They're not buying the Bitcoin directly, they're buying a paper contract representing that Bitcoin. They can then add it to the retirement account or something like this. So it's just an easy on-ramp for investors to get access. The Canadian Bitcoin ETFs, there's 3 of them now, have surpassed $1 billion in total Bitcoin under management. I suspect that the Brazilian Bitcoin ETF will be popular with investors, and it's not going to take long before we actually see the Brazilian ETF hitting $1 billion in total assets under management as well. By the end of the year, we are probably going to have like a dozen countries with Bitcoin ETFs trading on the stock exchanges. The USA may just be one of them. Obviously, the US Bitcoin ETF is going to be the big holy grail of Bitcoin ETFs considering the size of the economy of the US. At this point, though, I feel like the USA is like comically behind when it comes to regulating this stuff. Again, as I've said before, hopefully the new guys at the SEC, Gary Gensler and all the other guys have been recently appointed, are going to get a Bitcoin ETF approved. They're pro-crypto guys, but 2 of America's, the USA's, biggest neighbors have now beat them to the punch. Oh, and I should mention that Brazil has gone one step farther here and actually approved a cryptocurrency index fund, so an ETF comprised of 6 different coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Stellar Lumens, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Chainlink, which also puts Brazil a step ahead of Canada. Canada currently yet to approve 2 pending Ethereum ETFs that are sitting with regulators. I think the Canadians will approve those, but still awesome to see this regulatory innovation starting to happen, and for more cryptocurrency options to be coming to the market, and more really just crypto to be seen as a normal, healthy investment part of a wider portfolio. Next, I have some important Ethereum news to share with you regarding a new improvement proposal called EIP 3074. Now this, if approved, could reduce fees by around 20% for some transactions. Essentially, the proposal would allow for any regular wallet to be able to batch transactions without using a smart contract. Now, this would make it possible for something called sponsored transactions to take place, where you can send a transaction and basically have the fee paid by a third party, which, opens up the doors to a lot of interesting use cases for applications that, can help onboard new users. Now, this upgrade, again, if approved, will likely be included in the big London upgrade scheduled for July. Well, this is not as exciting as EIP 1559, which of course is the fee-burning upgrade. This is still pretty cool, and definitely any fee innovation in Ethereum is welcome. Next up, I have some fun Litecoin statistics to share with you. So Litecoin daily active user addresses have grown by more than 6x since this time in 2020. You can see here on this chart that there has been a very steady and definite increase in the number of active Litecoin addresses as this bull run continues to heat up. People are using Litecoin, they're buying Litecoin, they're moving Litecoin around. I know that the old crypto silver may not be the most exciting coin out there on the market. When we look at all the hot new DeFi coins, the fancy new blockchains launching, NFTs, all that stuff. But Litecoin is still getting a lot of interest, especially from new investors, since the number of new Litecoin addresses is also seeing a big increase. Remember, it's one of the only options available to PayPal and to Coinbase users, and it's one of the cheap coins on those platforms. I still think that Litecoin will have a good, strong pump this market cycle. It may not be as big of X returns as you're going to get out of some of the hot altcoins we're talking about here all the time on the channel, but nevertheless, I think Litecoin will have some decent gains during this cycle. Litecoin, for a good time, not a long time. And finally, today I want to put a hot new token on your radar called Tidal Finance. I am investing in this coin personally. Now, as I've been saying here on the channel for some months, I'm massively bullish on the insurance use case for decentralized finance for cryptocurrency more broadly, especially considering that right now it seems like we barely go a week without another smart contract hack in DeFi where people lose millions of dollars worth of money. This is exactly where something like Tidal Finance steps in. Tidal connects the buyers and the sellers in their insurance marketplace to help cover against smart contract risk. Tidal Finance will also allow for the creation of custom insurance pools, and unlike the biggest insurance player right now, Nexus Mutual, Tidal Finance is not going to require you to do any KYC to be able to use their insurance, because the whole thing's totally decentralized, just offering the best yields to depositors and the lowest premiums to buyers of insurance plans. Insurance pools will be over leveraged to ensure that enough funds are always on hand to be able to cover any losses when claims inevitably come in, because that's going to happen in DeFi, right? Hacks are happening all the time. And like all great upcoming coins, Tidal Finance is launching on the Polka.blockchain. They already have a lot of cool partners too. BZX, which has been hacked a few times, so they definitely need insurance. Staffy, Injective, Konomi, Siri Network, among quite a few others. They're also backed by some very prominent crypto venture funds, so they got some big names back in there as well. Tidal is going to be doing a sale on Polkastarter on the 23rd. Now, the whitelist is currently open, but it's closing soon. So if you want to get on that whitelist for Polkastarter, definitely go and check that out. They're also going to be doing a public sale over on Balancer on the 25th. Now, this gives you a fairer chance to get tokens than over on the Polkastarter. And if you miss the token sale, it's okay if you do. If you miss the token sale, watch for this just to list on Uniswap when it comes out. But just don't buy it in the first 5 minutes. You're probably going to get wrecked by bots if you do. They always seem to pump the price really, really high, really, really quickly on listings. So just be patient. Wait for it to cool down if this is, one that you're interested in getting involved in. And as always, obviously you have to DYOR before considering investing, right? We barely scratch the surface here with what Tidal Finance is doing. You got to go and dig deeper. Your question for today: do you think the USA will get a Bitcoin ETF this year? Or will the USA's neighbors just keep beating them to the punch? Maybe Mexico is going to be the next country to get a Bitcoin ETF. Then, the Bahamas, Nicaragua, Colombia, every other country in the Americas and then the USA. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let me know your opinion down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.